You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting to you live from inside the trash compactor number 366117891 aboard the Death Star, and the walls are closing in. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children, animals, fishes too. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast, episode 185. I'm Bill. Across from me, smoking a nice, fine cigar. That's my friend. We call him Uncle Jay.
How you doing, Bill?
But he's everyone's uncle. I'm good, buddy. How you been?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And we also heard Brother Bob on the guitar.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Did we just fuck with the channels? On your end somehow?
Well, this amp has a
It's a yes or no.
DJ, delay pedal. Now, see, now you messed me up, man.
Yes is the answer.
No, it has a delay effect.
So no. Okay, so there you go, kids. Episode 185. We do this live every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mixlr, Mixlr. Download the free app. Search for us there. Go to mixlr.com/wicked-theory if you want to. Come hang out, get in the chat room, play the chat room game with us. We'll give that out a little bit. We'll hit you with some pop culture news, reviews, and other nonsense along the way. And as always, there's still time to send emails if you're listening live, but you can send them even if you're not. Send them to a podcast at wickedtheory.com.
This sounds like you either just ran a marathon or you just had sex.
It's just that pack a day.
The trash compactor number was 326-3827.
Was I wrong on it?
Well, the only reason why I know that because that was the number of a girl I used to date in Newark.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does.
Wait, the girls you date have numbers? They're like serial numbers?
Yeah, it was her beeper number.
Oh, yeah. They're all from the Orange is the New Black.
That's from the facility? A correctional facility?
You didn't know he did a stint over there as a guard?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Many a beeps.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good times.
Why know their names? Why know their names?
They got numbers, man. It makes it easier. So yeah, all right, that's good stuff. I just want to give a quick heads up to anybody who was following us over on the Patreon, supporting us over there. Hey kids, I caught up with the after show episodes, so I'm not saying I deserve a round of applause, but
You don't deserve shit.
Thank you. Just letting you know. Okay.
Well, I think what you really deserve is an about time.
Yeah, what's fair is fair, and that is definitely more like it. So if people are into that, the after shows are caught up with all of them just in time for the new year. I think I owe one monthly episode, so I look for that too. But one of the things I mentioned is that this thing's live. We do it live, so people can come hang out in the chat room. Jay, I don't know if you have it open in front of you.
What's that?
The chat room itself, if you do.
Yes, I do. You want me to run down?
If you do, let us know who's in there.
Well, you got Wesley Ryan Gaskins. You know that guy?
I've heard of him. He's good. He's good. He's a good kid.
He decided to make an appearance.
Nice. How unusual.
Tommy K is in the joint.
Hey, he's a regular.
And you got John Thompson in the history.
That's another regular.
Along with Agent Palmer.
Oh, nice. All
We're going to count
regulars.
him. We're going to count him.
We're going to count him. We count him behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
Exactly.
We'll take it.
Shh. He's not supposed to know.
I'm sorry. I forgot. But yeah, so let's give those kids something to do. We give them a chat room
one
game.
little piece of bullshit for you.
Oh, you do, yeah?
Yeah, you know who Michael Biehn is?
Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's, Hudson.
Ain't that
I'm
the
sorry.
English actor?
He's Hicks from Aliens.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I confused him with Sean Bean.
No, I was just going to propose. Do you think that maybe they should make him an honorary Navy SEAL? Because he's played a Navy SEAL like 7 times in his career.
I think he'd still have, for the SEALs, even honorary, you still have to pass some kind of physical test.
Well, maybe
of some kind.
Maybe if they decide to push him off the bow of the ship that they're on,
hey,
and he survives.
If he can swim,
Because you remember him in The Abyss, right? When he goes nuts, he's the nutty Navy SEAL.
I don't think the SEAls want to talk about that.
The SEAls, they go through a very rigorous training.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
If they don't get through it,
Yeah, it's
There's,
hellacious.
Starvation, freezing, stuck in the water.
Crazy
It's
swimming
crazy,
endurances
yeah.
and
So-
crunches.
But
and,
I'm saying, like a year
So we got to
later,
give him something, even though he's an actor.
yeah,
and like a year later, he teamed up with Charlie Sheen for Navy SEALs. You remember that?
I get you.
And then in The Rock, he's the Navy SEAL they sent in to get Ed Harris. He gets all shut up.
So you want to start a petition?
I just wondering. Do you think? I think he deserves to be. If
Well,
you
it's an
played
interesting
it-
question. It's
Yeah,
an interesting question.
he might even be. We don't know. But
And,
I'm willing to bet he already went through that training. I'm
Hey,
telling you,
Yeah.
He might have been at one point.
because he's cock diesel too.
I like that. That was like a random. That's like an email kind of.
Well,
question.
these things bother me.
These are the things that randomly come through your
Yeah,
head.
exactly.
Well, next time, put it in an email.
Yeah,
You know what?
I should.
You know, yeah.
I read my own email.
There you go. Why don't you email this to some other show and see
But
how
this
they
was
handle
nice
it?
banter.
Yeah, it was officially banter. This banter
Brought to you by Navy SEALs
by the U.S.
and Michael
Navy.
Biehn.
By the U.S. Navy. All right. So, well, it's an interesting question. We'll let the kids in the chat room discuss. You know,
Have Agent Palmer do some research for us.
Let's give the kids in the chat room a game. Let's call it sci-fi songs.
Okay.
And examples include Starway to Heaven and Young Mandalorians, like Young Americans. Okay. If you can do better, hit us with it in the chat room. Sci-fi songs. Any song will do. Just put some kind of sci-fi slant on it.
Stairway to Naboo.
We'll take it. You know what I mean? But it's not too hard, this one. Wow us with your wit, if you will.
Okay. I need ice.
All right? We all good? You're all straight and Jay? We can do some news now, maybe?
No.
Is that all right with you? Yep. Hit us. Anybody else's headphones only getting one channel?
Yeah,
there?
but I'm only getting one.
Okay, so it's not just me. It's somewhere in the guitar connection, something. Anyway, so a little online poll came out. Hollywood Reporter, really not online poll, got together with some real deal little survey company, and they were like just kind of doing a little feeler, and it was which franchise that you haven't seen get a sequel, basically. But they ask, it's a real survey, so there's a bunch of different questions and permutations. There's a whole long article. But the one thing that everybody seems to agree on most is that people would like to see a Back to the Future sequel.
Trash.
And I say, nay. And I say, leave it alone.
No.
A sequel or a reboot?
Well,
'Cause I saw something about this, too. I wasn't sure if it was... I thought they were talking reboot.
71% of the 2,201 adults said they'd be likely to watch another outing for Marty McFly and Doc Brown ahead of other franchises like Toy Story or even Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park. Probably because this is a thing hasn't been touched in a while. So
Right.
I would think like,
Yeah.
I've seen sequels to those other things. Give us this, when you compare it on the list. You know what I mean?
Well, Rick and Morty ain't enough of them.
You know what I mean? That's as close as it's getting, kids.
The only thing is this: I don't want to see it rebooted. I wouldn't mind seeing
Some
fourth,
continuation.
a continuation
Yeah.
where they pass it to
There was
something
something
using the
going-
technology.
There was actually something going around Facebook not all that long ago that said something about they're going to be doing another one.
Yeah, I don't think so, because the thing is that Zemeckis and Bob Gale, I think it was Bob Gale, they have actually like creative control on it. It's one of those few properties that they actually, like the studio doesn't own it outright. Like they need those guys' permission, and Zemeckis has been like staunch, like no, there's not going to be any. Like right now, there's like comic books, I think, and that's as good as it's going to get. Like,
And Rick and Morty.
And Rick and Morty, the unofficial twisted version. But did you ever see the original like Rick and Morty thing that starts where it's totally
Yeah,
the spoof of it?
The first time they put it out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
when I saw it.
Yeah, it's like in this old. Well,
I saw the first season.
oh yeah. But I'm saying, but there's this stuff that he used to do elsewhere online. That was the proto version of that, where it was
I think I might have
totally
seen
Doc.
that,
Like
yeah.
he's wearing the vest and everything,
Right.
and it's like it's all this. It's a big scat joke. It's like a big shit joke. But anyway, so also in this article, they kind of go into that there's other franchises that people would like to see that have also been dormant for a while, like The Matrix comes up, this kind of thing. But where was it?
I agree with James B. Ham.
What's he saying?
No, hell no, fuck no.
Right.
Don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't have wrote that better myself. In
Sure,
fact, I think I might have did, and just
Yeah.
giving credit to James.
Well, give it that Marty McFly now has Parkinson's.
Yeah.
I think the only way it really works is if they go into the future and cure Parkinson's.
Right.
You know, something like that.
No, don't leave. I agree. Don't leave it alone.
Yeah, I think so too. I think one of the things is that these things don't always work out. They don't always, even in the article, it says like catch the magic. They don't always fucking remember this stuff's work. Like even James, like, yeah, remember Ghostbusters? That was going to be a great idea, and despite best efforts, it still wasn't that great.
With the girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now they're going to do another with the guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that happens, even now.
The thing is this, and
but there was talk of that.
But the only thing with that is that you had the original cast there. With that Ghostbusters reboot?
Yeah, I mean, you had some of them there.
But nobody wanted to see that. They wanted to see them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right. That's the thing. Everyone was clamoring for one more go with them before we passed it on. Or something that felt like
or passing of the torch.
Or something that felt like a little more official passing of the torch as opposed to being like, here's a whole new thing, bang, with homages folded in. But
and it didn't work.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think the thing is, the reason people want it so badly is because they haven't had that thing spoiled yet for them. Like, you know what I mean? And I think it's good to want.
The closest thing to Ghostbusters 3 is that PS3 game they came out about.
Oh, jeez.
5 or 6 years ago.
They even did that. I never played
No, they
it.
did. And they all came back and redid the
Voices.
There's a whole story in there and everything. It's wonderful.
It's like a chapter of the mythology.
So that's like your unofficial Ghostbusters.
It's
story.
canon.
Yeah.
But so with James Bond, like there was questions on there about James Bond. People are cool with James Bond being recast. Obviously, Idris Elba, like basically coming down to like no problem with a black James Bond. Female James Bond kind of becomes something else, though. It seems to be in people's opinions. Like once you make it a lady with that
really
name, then it should be like a different character altogether. Obviously, and I think that's true too. Like if you make it a dude. Like, and it's still a dude. It's right. One kind of person. Like, if you make a female that kind of spy agent, it's just a woman. So it's you want the woman. You don't want to feel like you're just dropping a woman in there.
Yeah, but you want and you also got to remember too that first off, originally James Bond, that was the guy's name. Now, if you're changing the character to black, you might as well be saying that James Bond is the code name.
Well, there's that,
But if it's going to be a code name, then as a woman character, it might not fit.
Well, yeah,
it
even
might
in
not
that,
be it wouldn't be what it would be naturally given.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. You'd have to all of a sudden kind of like do so much moving around that it would really start to change fundamentals.
Right.
But so anyway, there's that. There's that little nugget of newsery. In case anybody's wondering, it's a slow news week.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
Fucking gives a shit.
Stuffing, man.
Yeah. Well,
good shit.
Mom's making stovetop
Turkey.
Yeah, as long as you got the chicken broth in it, baked in the turkey.
Okay.
That's a good time, Chief.
A little stuffing, a little turkey, mashed potatoes, some biscuits, gravy. Yeah. And
some cranberry.
Whatever Bob said.
Yeah, I understood it.
Well, it sounded like another language.
That's a turkey and cranberry sauce. What do you mean?
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you heard me say that, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I heard.
It's these headphones.
Right?
It's these headphones.
Yeah.
So, also...
That's how you talk after a Slayer concert.
Is that what that is? Because you can't hear it? I got you.
You do that at full volume.
Thought that was your Lemmy impression. All right, so moving along... just a funny thing I saw, coming out of Stan Lee passing away, Raimi, Sam Raimi, had an interesting kind of regaling of his time with Stan. And one of the things that gets kind of revealed in it is that at one time, him and Stan were working on a Thor movie together. Like they had some meeting, and at that point, like Sam was into doing a Thor. Like he had a spin on Thor, and so they had kind of worked on it and pitched it around and stuff. It didn't take. You know what I mean? But one of the interesting things in it too is just that him talking about how eventually now when he finally got around to Spider-Man, like 9 years later. Avi calls him and is like, I want you to put Stan Lee in the movie. And he's like, no. Like, I know Stan, and he can't act. It's not going to happen. Like, he's like, you're going to pull it apart. Like, and he's like, no, we want him in the movie. We did it for X-Men. We're going to do it here, So, all those kinds of shit, But the real funny thing is that when he was even younger, he had a thing with Stan in his first run-in with him, which was about 1980. He was running around as a counselor at a camp. And he was asked if he could get Stan Lee's signature on these posters. And he was like, yeah, because he really thought like he could. And so he was nobody, you know what I mean? So, but he went to Marvel and tried to get in to see Stan, and like they were like, "No, what are you crazy? You can't no, you have to have an appointment." Blah 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 blah. And so Sam Raimi ended up signing all these posters, like 20 posters, on the way back, for Stan Lee's signature on these things.
Wow.
And so they're out there somewhere. They're forged, but at least they're forged by Sam Raimi. So that's a
Right.
plus minus.
If you can get that authenticated,
Right.
it probably has value.
Yeah, So obviously, like I said, it's a little bit of a slow news week. So that's what I brought into the classroom.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not much better because we already mentioned it, and Kevin Smith went on a little bit about the whole Bill Maher thing.
Oh, right.
And basically, he wasn't going on and on about it, but basically he was just saying that, hey, dude, what the fuck? This guy is like, what do you mean? He's like contributed to the downfall of like American youth. He's actually gone and made things, gone give people imaginations and fueled their fire to be something,
Right.
and fueled their creativity and all that. For millions and millions of people for decades. So, there's that. And
Well, I'm sorry, I slipped away real quick.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Well, one of the things that was interesting this week too is that Kevin almost made me cry this week because.
Right. Well, you know more about this than I do because you listen to the podcast.
Well, I don't listen to both of them. I probably should, but it'd be almost too much Kevin Smith to deal with in 1 week. So on his regular. Well, on Fat Man on Batman, they did like a whole hour where he talked about like all these different interactions he had with Stan Lee through the years and shit. And he almost broke like 3 different times. And it almost got me every fucking time. Because Kevin, his fucking voice starts to fucking break, man. And fucking... You hear it,
he gets
and then he gets it back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's Stan Lee, and they had a personal relationship.
Well, at one point, like they're filming this thing, and I mentioned it to you that, he had worked with him so much that Stan actually started like requesting him kind of when like these projects would come up, and it was like, oh, we need someone to kind of shoot this. It's a promo piece, or it's an ad thing, or whatever. And he's like, let's get Kevin. Somebody call Kevin. So at one point, Stan's got this guy who's helping him get around. Kevin refers to him as his body man because he's making sure he's walking. Always keeping an eye in case he falls, this kind of thing.
Sure.
So they were filming this thing, and Stan was done for it, but they were going to do some more work. So he took Stan home, but then he came back, And then so at some point, that dude is there. And so he's like, oh, cool to see you came back. He's like, oh, yeah, I just kind of dig on this stuff, Just, I was having so much fun here today. It was a whole bunch of, like, little celebs and shit.
Right.
But he says to him at one point, he's like, yeah, fucking Stan loves you, man. He's like, no, yeah, I know. I love him too, man. That guy's great. And he's like, no. Like, Stan loves you. Like, Stan really likes you and cares about you. And like fucking, I was there, like Kev, like almost broke telling the story, and that kind of got me a little bit because it was like,
right.
It's like
because it's a really deep moment.
It's like here's this old guy, like that's like, think of you kind of like a son in a way, where like, and that's like the last thing a guy like Kevin could have ever expected to have happen to him.
Yeah, really. He's just a guy who was in love with comic books and wanted to do something in comics or movies, and he fell upwards so far.
Yeah, really did.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like you're like hanging out with Stan the Man Lee. It's like he's one of those icons.
Yeah.
He's a guy who, if he only had one name, you know, you would know exactly who he was.
Yeah.
Everybody would know.
He could have went by just Stan, like Madonna.
Yeah, really.
But so that was on Fat Man on Batman, and then on Hollywood Babylon, Kev had a rebuttal to Maurer because that had transpired in the downtime in between.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one, but anyway.
But yeah, so it wasn't a whole lot, but it basically he was just saying that Bill Maher's,
he concurred with our statements if he had heard us last week.
Yeah, basically.
Maher's a douche.
Without accidentally putting words in his mouth or anything, he's
Yeah. Douchey McDouche.
He's in the same boat as the rest of us, as far as that goes. So there's also this whole deal going on right now with this little movie called The Avengers 4. Well, not called The Avengers 4.
I haven't heard of it.
Calling it.
I have no idea what this is.
And the trailer's supposed to have been coming out all month. People have been sweating this all year, really. But
it's coming.
It's coming. So after all this fake news over the last week about it hitting last week sometime and everything, it looks like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, this is a rumor too, but this rumor actually seems
not to say fake news there, but like now we got the truth. It's just solidifying that most likely, quite possibly.
Yeah, it looks like the release date for the trailer.
This week, right? This Wednesday.
It's going to be this coming Wednesday.
So
this is reasoned because the following week, the prelude comic book
comes out
for the movie comes out, and it's going to reveal a lot.
Sure.
So like the potential name for the movie.
Sure.
So might as well drop the trailer before that.
Yeah.
And this is also
coinciding
with year to the day of releasing the trailers in the past for other movies, big movies at this time of year. So usually the last Wednesday
in November.
All right. So it looks good that Wednesday morning it's probably going to hit Good Morning America.
Right.
Followed by interviews from the cast, and they'll probably have all the main cast members there.
Well, yeah. I mean,
the usual thing.
Yeah.
And then from there, it'll end up on the internet and a few other places on TV before the end of the day.
Yep, that sounds about it. As long as
and then the commercial will drop on Channel 7 all day.
Yeah, right.
And any Disney-owned station is going to be throwing that down all day.
You never know. A lot of it running on ESPN.
For no good reason. At this point,
didn't stop them before.
No.
It's a multi-quadrant movie, as they say.
Yeah.
All right. Keep your eyes peeled, kids.
Yeah. So looks good for that, guys.
Yeah. Looks good for Wednesday.
Keep your eyes peeled.
All right. So what else?
Keep your eyes peeled and looking at the stars. Something like that, right?
At the new 50-inch TV you just got for Black Friday.
Oh, that's true. Black Friday came and went.
Yeah.
Thank God it's over.
Well, as we talk about this, we still got Cyber Monday coming.
Oh, true.
Crazy deals on TV.
Take off your pants, folks. Start shopping. All right, Jay.
I got some stuff.
A couple things.
Couple 2-3 things.
No, a couple 2.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hold on, let me bring this up here. So there's a Sopranos prequel film coming out.
Yeah.
And the title of this, as I'm the most fitting guy here
to deliver it.
Sure.
There's
a film called The Many Saints of Newark.
Right.
And this is a prequel to Sopranos. It's going to be dealing with Tony Soprano's uncle.
Right.
Dickie Moltisanti.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
He was cast this week. Actor by the name of Alessandro Nivola.
Okay.
Now, everybody's known this guy. He was big on the independent circuit in the 90s and in the 2000s. But he's known for playing Nicolas Cage's brother in Face Off, Pollux Troy. He was in Jurassic Park 3. He's in American Hustle. Well, and he's a good actor, too. Right. You know what I mean? He's really a good, serviceable actor, and this is going to be like a nice vehicle for him to really
nice showcase.
I'm trying to get on that thing.
Oh, I bet.
I'm really
Jesus
trying.
Christ.
To,
I think, I'm sure you are.
I want to play Frankie Bergamotta.
Fuck. How about anybody?
Frankie Banks.
Frankie Banks.
Burgermeister.
The Burgermeister.
Frankie Bag of Bodies.
So this is something I'm looking forward to. This is actually now it's going into heavy pre-pro production.
Right, sure.
Alan Taylor is directing because he directed a lot of different Sopranos episodes. He directed a lot of Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. He directed Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, okay, that guy.
So he's the director on this.
He's got chops.
No,
Dark World was a good movie.
Well, no stranger to Sopranos. So
there you go.
So that's good. So we'll look for that.
Well, he's got versatility in case we want this movie just to turn into like some sword and sorcery.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And moving on to my last thing, it wouldn't be me if we didn't talk about Star Wars a little bit. But The Mandalorian is really another thing that's going into high gear because Gina Carano.
Yeah.
She was a MMA fighter.
Badass.
She was in Steven Soderbergh's Haywire. Didn't make the box office it should have been. Right. She didn't get the status they wanted her to.
Sure, right.
But I think that her game is about to change now.
Right.
Because now we have a whole new slew of fan base that she's going to get.
No, yeah.
And what better, female to portray a kick-ass Mandalorian.
Yeah. I mean, even if she's not necessarily Mandalorian exactly. Like, the fact that she's on the show, it's a rough and tumble show, I think is what we're going for. Some action adventure kind of, most Star Wars is, but...
but with the addition of Pascal last week and now her,
right.
I'm liking it. I'm really liking it a lot.
Shaping up, man. What's interesting to me is like the model. Like whatever model they're using for like what they're going to be doing here, where it's like going high end on the casting,
right?
Like saying let's not spare an expense. Let's try and get like, let's not break the bank. You know what I mean? But let's just try and really get like movie quality level tier,
right?
Performers.
I think she was a serviceable action.
Yeah, she's grown. She's grown. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, people will probably, even I was just like, oh, yeah, I remember her having a kind of a rough start because she came from fighting,
right.
You know what I mean, and kind of broke into film and stuff like that.
And she was playing fourth wheel stuff until Soderbergh came in. But she did do a few, like, direct to Blu-ray films, but they're not bad, is what I'm saying. Like, they're good actioners. You know what I mean? Good popcorn actioners. So, welcome to the Star Wars universe, Gina. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, Gina.
And on that note, I'm going to have a drink.
Wait, on that note?
On that particular note, Bill, you heard me?
Yeah. She was MMA. That's right.
MMA.
She was MMA, and I'm actually looking up her IMDb because I wanted to see.
In the Blood.
That too.
Which is a really good...
yeah, she's in Deadpool.
That's a good film title.
In the Blood.
In the Blood.
Yeah.
So,
I thought she had something else maybe in her credits. But anyway, all right. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I get it. I understood you.
Okay. All right, so how's the chat room game going here? Are they still fucking rocking with it? Does it look fresh? Yeah, they're still going.
Palmer.
Okay. Yeah, they're still rocking with it. Let's roll right along. Let's play a little game. Let's try something a little different. Let's,
What do you want to do, Bill?
I got something.
Eggs and hash?
No, this is something new. All right, we'll need some attention here, all right? We're going to go big. All right?
Go big or go home. Look who you talking to.
Well, just, you know how I am. So this is a game called If You Had To. Let's give this a shot, all right? Everybody cool?
All right, let's do this.
All right. I wasn't sure. Some body language was like, oh, okay, all right. Okay. We'll rub some of my eyes, stretch out a little bit. What are we doing?
All right, let's do this.
Something different. All right, so how this game works, right?
Not quite like that, but okay.
Fair enough. I'll just tease it.
I know.
But so how this game works is a little different than other games we play.
Okay.
All right, so basically one of us will be a judge, right?
Okay.
And then the other two guys will take a card each, and the card that they get, you want to try to convince the judge that your card's the best idea, right? So, like, if I had to choose between the two options I'm getting from you guys.
Oh, so without telling them what it is.
No, with telling me what it is, but you got to, like, argue on the behalf of that. Like, You know what I mean? So I'm just going to take one at random. So this card says you can only stand or be hung upside down. You can only stand or be hung upside down for life. Versus, let's say, the other option is that I have to recreate human society with only the people in this group. You know what I mean? And then, like, the two of you would have to, like, argue on the behalf of the card you got. But, Bill, listen. But listen, here's the thing. You know what I mean? And then, like, as the judge, I could ask questions of you. I could be like, well, how does this work? What are the rules? Like, you know, so maybe we could
I know which is the better card there.
Well, out of these two, sure. But, you know, that's the thing. Some cards might be beat. I don't know. You know what I mean? This one card seems like a lot of fun. The other card maybe not so much. But we're going to give it a go.
Well, the one card is metalheads, alcoholics, and people that say fair enough.
right.
If you
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Because this might not be a win-win. Who wants to... does anybody want to volunteer to judge or argue first? Should I guess
you're judge.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So Bob and Jay are the guys to...
You like how I did that, Jay?
He might have just been reading his card. Who knows?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so those are the things you're going to try and convince me of, because I got to choose, if I had to, pick one of these two things. All right. Jay, I guess we'll go with you first, since you're bristling.
I got to be an Ewok trying to make it in the NBA.
All right, that's an option.
Ewok trying to make it an NBA.
Gotcha.
I don't know if this is Bill. You're gonna want to work as a human-sized vagina for demonstration purposes in sex ed classes. I guess we picked two good ones.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So
I think Jay just blew a blood vessel.
So Jay, tell me why is being that?
I only have one
possible angle.
Yeah. Wouldn't you want to see that happen?
See an Ewok trying to make it in the NBA
down the court with a fucking basketball jersey on,
trying to make a
beat your mama.
Beat your mama.
And then you got to be a vagina.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. Yeah. The alternative there.
Oh, my God.
So, why is what's the good angle on being a...
Bill, just think about being a giant human vagina.
Right.
Which you don't want to do in jail.
When you demonstrate an orgasm, imagine the intensity of that orgasm.
Right. Yeah. How to display that
from the female side?
The feeling, the sensation. Imagine the size of the vagina.
Whoa, yeah.
The size of the sensation.
Because I am one, right?
You never get a better orgasm.
Is that how it's phrased?
Work as a human-sized vagina for demonstration purposes in sex ed classes.
It can go either way. So it's your call. Specifically, it's not a costume.
I'm not saying that it's a costume or not. I'm saying just imagine the orgasm from being a giant human-sized vagina.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? The intensity. You never have another opportunity in your life to have an orgasm.
Have that giant of a sensation in front of teenagers.
Whether it's in front of people or not, I don't think it's going to matter. Well, it could be, senior citizens. No, they forget things.
But you're also the one being penetrated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
if you look at it,
you don't have to be penetrated. I mean,
I could just be stimulated.
Really, you do have just the size of that.
Just the only way to
think about the size of the clitoris, Bill.
Right.
But the only way you're stimulated is by things going inside it.
Well, the clitoris too. The clitoris is there.
I understand that.
You rub that.
But that's not where it's going to stop. I'm telling you that. Right
Once it starts,
it's not going to.
Well, you never know. Once you start playing with my giant clit,
what if the vagina is the only one stimulating the clitoris?
What if? Well.
Besides,
I'm not sure if we, as men, I'm not sure we all have a handle on this geography.
So defend yourself.
But I was gonna. All right, I'm gonna take it.
There's like zero possibility of an Ewok making it in the NBA.
Well, there's been some short dudes in the NBA.
At least whether he's a guy in a costume or a giant living human vagina, he's going to make a couple of bucks doing what I'm telling you. All right?
Now,
he is working for demonstration purposes. Remember,
oh, jeez,
he's going to make money.
Oh man, wow! If I had to.
Do you want to make money or not? That's what it comes down to.
With the time spent, at least I'm getting paid. The Ewok thing, I might just be chasing the dream forever. I got you.
Yeah. I mean, to really make it in the NBA, you never do it. Maybe they'll let you jump on that little trampoline and try and get one in the basket once in a while.
Let me see cards. Yeah.
Because they don't have to give you a
playing
costume.
this number in the lottery.
Yeah, these cards are numbered. Oh, man. I wouldn't think I'd say it, but I think Bob's got the point where at least I'm getting paid for sure. You know? Because this B&E, you're just trying. You're just trying to make it in the NBA. And at least it's only demonstration purposes. At the end of the day, I don't have to wear the costume home. Or if I'm a giant actual vagina, I turn back into myself magically. You know what I mean?
It could lead to a career on video cam.
And not for nothing, you know, I could use a lesson or two in what goes on. So I'd have a front row ticket to some lessons of my own. So I'm going to go with Bob's. I'm going to go with Bob's card on that one. All right. So I'll be a judge inside of this round, whichever one of you wants to go. So does Bob go again, or does Bob won one so he can be judge? How about that?
I think that works.
That works out. All right. Okay, Bob.
Yes.
I'm just going to tell you one of the, you know, life is short, you know, and sometimes you just gotta take what comes to you and just revel in the experience and I don't know. All your exes are moving in with you.
All my exes are moving in with me?
Yeah, I have to convince you that all your exes moving in with you is going to be great. Yeah. All your exes are moving in.
Well, this card's kind of similar.
Okay. Oh, boy. All right.
Because you're going to be followed around by a gaggle of bloodthirsty geese. Which I think is the same card.
Which you think is the same card.
If I had to for the rest of my life, this is.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Well, look, you know, it's a house full of women.
Right.
Right. So that's a plus.
All right. Well, see, here's the thing. You would think that having a gaggle of geese follow you around all the time would get really, really annoying after a while.
They do make a lot of noise.
Doesn't say you can't kill them, though.
That's true. That's true.
If I was with all my exes, I would probably end up killing
yourself.
At least one of them.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's probably better. Yeah.
So I would end up in jail, which would be away from them, which would be a good thing.
Which would be the way out.
Yeah.
You know, you could just make a murder attempt and do some
really,
time.
if there's we're saying there's no way out, though.
Yeah. And I think with Jay's card, not to speak for him, but
I could learn to ignore my exes. I don't have a whole lot of exes.
I don't know. Think of every argument you've ever had. Think of all the.
Yeah, maybe that's the angle of this game, was to kind of shoot down the other guys.
I would take the geese.
Oh, yeah?
Because I can control that better.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you go with the exes because it's ladies. They clean. I mean, sure.
I think I could lock myself in a room. I pretty much do that here anyway.
You'd be cleaning up after the geese. The geese are following you everywhere.
Yeah, they should everywhere.
I mean, you know.
They're noisy as fuck. I mean, that's no different than the women, but.
Granted, just think, you'd have a handful of women giving you shit about everything you do wrong.
House would be clean. They'd probably end up cooking for me.
And so think about how great and quickly, like, you'd get your shit together, like in the nature of, like, oh my God, I can't like put anything anywhere anymore, so I just have to be neat all the time.
If they're with me, it's kind of hate sex is a possibility.
Well, there is that. Well, the chances definitely go up. You know what I mean? I don't know, but the chances definitely go up.
So
there is some of that going on.
I guess I would take the exes because it's worst. I can just zone them out. I'm good at that.
Any last
only because
argument?
The only thing with the X's is that it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have any past flings.
Right.
You're going to be dealing with their bullshit and whoever the loves of their life are at that time, constantly coming over and all of that other thing. There's a whole level of
it's a sitcom gone bad.
Right.
So that's why I lock myself in that room.
There's still an X status.
Right.
Now, even if I did lock myself, this is me now. I'm not speaking for anybody else.
Sure.
I'm just saying, even if I did lock myself in a room, they're in the next room. You know what I mean? And given the relationships I've had, especially the last few years, no.
There's no
I'll take the geese.
Well,
because
right.
Bob made a very good point by saying that, it doesn't say you can't kill the geese.
Okay, all right. So
the X's, but...
All right, so final answer, Bob,
final answer was I guess I would take the girlfriends.
You would take the X's. All right, hey, man, to each his own.
Like I said, I only have a few.
There you go. All right, so since Jay didn't judge yet, we'll do this last one here with me and Bob. We'll each take a card. If he pulls two, I'll take one. There you go. Very cool. Oh, yeah, very sticky cards. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, right. I know. Somebody's a little awkward. All right, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to convince you that this is a good idea.
Okay.
All right? Your roommates host nightly orgies in your studio apartment.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to have much trouble talking you into that. But Bob's card.
Yeah, I don't think... this one is have all your friends turn into slithery little snakes.
This is really easy.
This is not
fair.
stacked well.
Bill, final answer.
You want to pick?
Yeah, Bob, you want to take another random card?
Yeah.
You're going to have to stand on whichever card this ends up being. We'll just go with
that's
it.
Just one.
So if you make your answer under 10 seconds, you got to do another one.
Well, if we
got to
all
judge another one.
If we all feel.
Okay. This one works a little better.
Okay.
Get married to a depressed capybara, the world's largest rodent.
They are cute. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those.
Those are the animals that they always tell the story about. Like, the ladies were coming home from, they were on the boat in Florida, and a couple of them, they saw a couple of them in the water. They thought they were wet dogs, and they took them in.
They're big. They're really big. Yeah, I've seen them.
So,
what was it again?
Capybara. Get married to a depressed capybara, the world's largest rodent.
Yeah, so...
Remember, now, it's basically a giant rat. They shit in little dry little turds.
But it's bestiality.
Yeah.
So that... Is that going to turn me into...
I think you're okay in Brazil, places like that.
I mean, this card necessarily doesn't really say, like, you're getting in on these orgies. Just like your roommates are hosting them in your studio apartment.
Oh, you still have the same card.
Yeah. Oh, should I have maybe reset?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's
do a
that.
reset.
Let's do that. That's fair. Jay, I'm sure this will not be a big deal, okay? But everybody thinks you killed Jesus. All right?
Well, I probably did.
This isn't that... It's possible. You can see a scenario where maybe...
Would you rather have the entire world, the entire Catholic, Protestant, et cetera, population hate you for killing Jesus?
Well, it was the Romans,
Baptist,
and I'm Roman Italian, so it's...
Or get married to a depressed capybara.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the...
Really?
Yeah.
You'd rather have everyone think you killed Jesus rather than just marry some furry
because
animal.
If I married a furry, depressed animal, I'd never be able to live that down at all.
Just keep her in a tank in the house.
It's bestiality.
No one even have to know.
Yeah, you go on a cruise to the wedding, you drop her off the side of the boat.
I couldn't.
Back to Cuba.
I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it?
Nah.
All right. Well, I think the other out on this might have been that this card might say Jesus. I don't know. There's always that.
Right.
That would change the game.
Jesus.
I mean, it might be his way out, too, after actually killing Jesus. No, I didn't kill Jesus. I killed a guy named Jesus.
I'm telling you, people. It's just all in how you read it, officer. All right. So
nobody
that's,
fucks with the Jesus.
So we'll wrap that up. We'll wrap up that little game. Right. And then that was a nice little,
cool.
change up.
That was pretty funny.
We had a little fun with that. We won't overkill it.
Wow. I'm just looking at the time.
Yeah, right? Felt like, wow, we're probably up. No, it's 7:45.
Yeah. Told you, Chief.
45
it's all
minutes.
going to be all right.
Everything's going to be fine.
Everything's going to be fine.
Don't worry about it. We hit the wall. We hit the wall.
You ain't going to hit one.
I'm going to fucking hit you in the mouth.
Not my turf.
Not my turf. All right. I think the...
So are we up to the chat game now?
We actually are. That is like some psychic shit.
Can you tag Johnny Walker?
I've only been around for 185 shows.
You can feel it in the air.
Yeah.
You should tag Johnny Walker on
the show?
podcast.
Why?
You have to, because I mean they're practically sponsoring.
Why? Because there's 2 fucking bottles on the table?
Because I've been drinking it all year.
There might be another one coming for my job too, because they give out bottles sometimes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
say you like Johnny Walker Blue.
I did. This lady Wendy called up and she was busting chops, and so I was like, oh. Send up the Johnny Walker this year. Don't send
I think there's a whole line of these from Johnny Walker.
Yeah, there was a line where they were just relabels, and it was regular Johnny Walker, and so it was like collector's item bottles. And then this is actually
This is the Game of Thrones we're drinking again.
Well, this is a special distilled.
It's good
blend.
And I'm just saying, if you like Scotch, get it, because you're not going to be able to get this. I think
this might be just once it's done.
Past December, I think it's done.
Yeah, once they empty out all the casks. This is White Walker by Johnny Walker.
It's really good too. And if you don't believe me, see 2 shows before and see Bill's...
peppermint scotch.
All right, first of all, okay, I'm a lightweight.
Bill's condition.
I was a lightweight to begin with, and also I really was drinking on an empty stomach, so I hadn't eaten.
That doesn't mean shit.
Well, no, not really, but it's the best I got.
It's all right.
Pardon me. Let's just do it, right? Let's just do it. The chat room game.
Do it, DEUX.
Sci-fi songs.
Okay.
All right, we gave the kids in the chat room sci-fi songs. Okay? Boulevard of Broken Hard Drives. Janie's Got a Blaster. Enter Sarlacc. I'll Be That Droid.
Did you say Enter Sarlacc?
Yeah. Jedi Master of Puppets. The Devil Went Down to Gallifrey. Only the Good are Vaporized Young. Scanners Indicate Teen Spirit. Doctor, Who Are You? Sweet Home Alderaan.
That's a short song.
One Light Year. Heart-shaped frozen carbonite. Instead of heart-shaped box. Jagged Little Asteroid. Jedi's Paradise. Of Wolf and Mandalorian.
Well, give it a.
You give it a little something. Galactica Love. Maybe like Radar Love. Mm-hmm. We built this space station on asteroid and roll. For effort.
But yeah, the whole, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know I could spend 20 minutes trying to make this fair, but I'm not.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
That we built this city? I hate that fucking song.
It's one of those songs, man. It's so fucking catchy. Total earworm. I loved it as a little kid, probably.
I got one. Space, the final countdown.
All right.
There you go.
Take that. I like it. Jedi in a Bottle. What's the Sting song, right?
No, it's
in a bottle.
Message in a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, time,
Police.
Time. Oh, police.
Police. Message in a bottle.
Right. Or Time in a Bottle. If I could save time in a bottle. I don't know. All right, Klingon ladies. Buffalo Klingons.
Wow.
If I could warp back time.
Oh, there it is, man.
There it is. Thomas K. If I could warp back time. Just intercut with all kinds of,
I got
shit.
it. I hear you.
Okay. All right. You give Lightspeed a bad name. What kind of... Got the right syllable count. Have you ever seen the Romulans? Everybody wants to rule the Borg.
Oh, good. Those are nice.
Walk like a Mandalorian. Through the wormhole. Red Mall. Rhinestone Jedi. Benny and the Jedi.
Hey, Betty and the Jedi. Wow, a lot of Star Wars this round.
Losing my structural integrity. I like that one. Truly temporarily discombobulated. Bridge over troubled Jawas. Jay, don't die, all right? Starship Enterprise of Broken Dreams, Baby Baby One More Apocalypse, Sweet Wookie of Mine, Wake Up Before You Gungan, and Ewoks Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh, very good. One of the better chat game rounds, I have to say. Those are good.
What's going on? A minute ago, Ewoks were just wanting to play basketball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For the NBA.
A lot of Ewok references.
I guess
tonight,
that is an extension of having fun.
Yeah. I mean, everybody needs a hobby. Woof. So, all right. So, just a reminder, every week this show is sponsored by our Patreon supporters. This week we say thanks to Hanno Heider and Stephanie Muniz, host of the Gotham Lights podcast, because they also both support us over on Patreon. But you should go check out their show, Gotham Lights.
Baby Doll,
and
Hanno.
You got to come up with a name for Hanno then.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll come up with something. But yeah,
I'm not using Maximum anymore. He can have that.
There you go,
Maximum Hanno.
Maximum. There you go. Perfect. Maximum Hanno. Go check out Maximum Hanno and Baby Doll Steph Muniz over on the Gotham Lights podcast, all right? And then, you can support our show, too, or just go to patreon.com/Wicked Theory, or you can check out Teespring, where we have a little shop set up, and I've got some original designs, and we got logo stuff. Go check it out. Teespring.com/stores/Wicked Theory Shop. And then let's wrap up this little the shindig and move on to the next little shindig. How's that sound?
Next victim.
Meanwhile,
Next victim.
I know I don't have it in here, but I'm just going to say, if you're looking for quirky, kind of like odd stuff, you like that, watch Forever on Amazon. But it's got Fred Armisen, and I forget, what's that fucking name? Anyway, if you like Fred Armisen, I guess. Go watch that. I liked it. And I'll leave that alone.
The Portlandia dude.
Yeah, the Portlandia dude with some other lady that I can't remember from Saturday Night Live.
I hear a lot of people won't work with him anymore. He gets a little nuts.
Well, he's fucking weird. But anyway, there's that. So I'm going to move it right back over to Jay real quick because he's actually got stuff in here this week.
I do.
You'll do.
There's one thing in here I didn't put in because I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I want to review it when it's done. But I watched the first episode of Escape from Dannemora, which is a Showtime miniseries starring Benicio del Toro, Paul Dano, and Patricia Arquette.
Okay, I saw promos.
Basically, the woman that slept with those two inmates and helped them escape from.
Oh, it's that story?
It's that story, yeah.
Okay.
And it also has I also, not that I give it a fuck you, but I auditioned for Benicio del Toro's stand-in for that I did not get.
So,
but Benicio del Toro
couldn't help but mention it.
Is 6'3" and I'm 6'1.5".
Okay.
So, and that matters camera-wise.
Yeah, you should have got lifts.
But it is a really good show. I want to review it when I'm done with it. So, but it's on Showtime now. Go check it out.
There you go.
So I went and I saw Creed 2.
Oh, nice.
Which is, some people like to call it, Rocky 8.
Rocky 8?
Rocky 8, yeah, because it's the two movies after the 6.
Sure.
But I'll tell you, there's one thing about the Creed and this one is the fact that they really ground the material to a serious drama. Okay. So, how Rocky 4 was, made, in the heyday.
Had a very Hollywood feel to it.
But it's still good, you know what I mean, as far as being a little Italian kid going to see that.
Yeah.
But to take that story, because it's very much a sequel to Rocky 4.
Right.
To take the material and ground it in this really serious film was very well done, I thought. And Dolph Lundgren puts in a really good performance. It gives more depth to that character than just some big Russian thug.
Well, he's a dad now.
It's not only that, but it's almost like how that fight destroyed him.
I will raise you.
Yeah. But that fight destroyed him, and he was basically living in the Ukraine. He was living in poverty. Right. His wife left him, and the son.
The Detroit of Russia.
Yeah, basically.
I gotcha.
And basically just follows the story where he wants to he wants his son to challenge the guy he killed.
Okay,
his son. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So Rocky's telling him not to take it.
Right.
They actually utilize a lot of Rocky 4. You have to see that movie to really get
It's all of it. Yeah, it's the foundation. For
and not only that, but I know like in Rocky V, they touch upon how Rocky had brain damage, and they bring that up too. You know, because that guy did things to me that's never been fixed. Yeah, you know what I mean. And this son is like just a huge brick shit house.
Right.
So it's very entertaining. It's really well done. I have to say these movies are well done. So I give that a nice cash.
Nice cash.
Nice cash.
Nice cash. Is that like Pinky's Out cash?
It's a nice cash.
Okay, nice.
It's a good time at the movies, and it was very interesting to see that continuing story.
Sure.
Done very well.
What's interesting in a way is it's a sequel to 2 different movies.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Wrap your head around that, kids.
Right. But it gives them more to do.
Mind blown.
It gives a little more value to that Rocky IV fight.
Yeah.
Not that Apollo Creed's death wasn't.
No, but like, you know, there's almost like a reverse context now in a way, like, you know.
It's really, really nicely done. Even the guy that decided to train Rocky after Apollo, Duke.
Okay, yeah.
His son is there.
Oh, wow.
So
Little Duke.
It's really a good sense of the Rocky franchise done this time around.
Right,
It's
cool.
Very well done. And Brigitte Nielsen makes a little cameo
appearance
too. Yeah, spoiler alert. But it was nice to see her.
Okay.
Too, so it's really good.
Didn't even know she was alive.
Yeah, so she's around. My Flavor Flav,
Yeah,
she did
the
that.
last
Oh,
thing
that's
she was
right.
on TV.
Oh,
was,
yeah, right.
She actually got pregnant by artificial insemination. She's all.
Oh, is that a rapper?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Artificial
Yeah,
insemination?
he was Snoop Dogg's producer.
I got you. They just call me AI.
Now, what I really want to talk about here is a little thing called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Gotcha.
Now, this is a Netflix produced film, but it's also has a limited run in theaters to be considered for Oscars.
Sure.
This is the Coen brothers, their latest film.
Yes.
And what they decided to do was a 6-part anthology. Western anthology done through the Coen brothers. And what I got to tell you, man, is like each one of these episodes here or stories are very, very comedically dark.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, so don't go any further yet. So this is one movie
There's one film
with like 6
with
vignettes,
6 film. Like it's an anthology. 6 films,
chapters inside. 6 movies inside of it.
Exactly.
I got you. So it's like little vignettes, little short mini movies inside.
Right, and it's fucked up.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it's fucked up in that sense, like when you first watch No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
And some of the kills in that are just really horrific and really fucked up.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of that here.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's beautifully done. This is not Roger Deakins, by the way. This is another guy. But you have James Franco in this, Liam Neeson, Tyne Daly, Saul Rubinek, Brendan Gleeson. It's a really good,
like a who's who.
A solid cast here, and it's all those Coen brothers characters.
I saw the trailer for it, I was like, I almost didn't know which way it was going, but then I realized, oh no, but that makes sense for Coen brothers.
First of all, the thing is, the Buster Scruggs episode is first, and it's Tim Blake Nelson. I don't know if you know that actor.
I know who it is now from the trailer.
The short guy from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
He is a goofy fuck.
He is phenomenal. He's the first segment.
Yeah. Right.
And the thing is, when you're watching this, like as soon as you put it on, he's like singing a song on a fucking horse. And it's hilarious.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And the shit that happens, and the writing, man, it is so good. It's so, like, they're not of this earth with their writing. It sells it. The dialogue sells this so much. So it's well done. There's 6 stories in here, for the price of one.
I didn't realize that was what they were doing with it. That's interesting.
But it's very dark. There's a segment with Tom Waits.
Oh boy!
You're innocent. And he plays like a prospector looking for gold, but it's so
it's either
fucking,
that or a bridge troll.
Oh, it's so good. So it's going to leave a lot of people going, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
Yeah.
But then again, a lot of people say that about every Coen Brothers movie.
Fair enough.
So this was a very, very high cash. I want to watch it again. Mm-hmm. But there's just some really good performances, and it's really like you're going to watch it, and you're like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah.
But it's good.
That's kind of what you're kind of hoping for with those guys.
Yeah. And you get it in abundance.
Shit.
And this is their second film, I think, this year. They did one called The Sister Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's them, too. I believe it's them.
I think so.
With Joaquin and...
Well, it looks like them anyway. I forget if that's them. They might just be produced on that.
So yeah. No, it wasn't them. It was somebody else.
Well.
Jacques Allard. No,
well.
So yeah, so definitely it's on Netflix right now. You can stream it, or if you don't have Netflix, you can go to one of your nearby art house theaters and watch it there.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Which sometimes that's the one thing is when you go to Netflix and you watch these movies,
yeah.
But when it's something so beautifully done. As far as cinematography, it's like I wish I could have seen this.
Well, that's a lot of movies, too. And there's a lot of movies, too, where I feel like, if I had seen this with people, this movie would play different, and it would be a better experience. Because let me tell you something. That's a thing, you could almost peg out why certain people didn't like certain movies. Because, sometimes certain movies are just about, listening to people fucking react or freak out or laugh. A movie that's not that funny, you think is not that funny, is funny when you watch it in the theater. It just is. You were more susceptible to laughing. You know what I mean? It's just the truth.
I can see this being a tough sell as a big release.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? But I do like westerns and I do like anthology films.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds.
Right. So definitely check this out. It's on Netflix.
All right. Oh, it's up now already?
It's up now, yes. I watched it on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I haven't turned on my Netflix lately. I've been hitting the Amazon.
There's 6 new movies.
Nice.
Including Kurt Russell playing Santa Claus, which is next.
Oh, you haven't watched that yet?
Are you kidding me? I'm dying to watch it.
You're waiting for Christmas. You're waiting for Christmas.
No, I'm going to watch. That's going to be me saying officially it's Christmas time. Is when I watch Kurt Russell playing Santa Claus.
Fair enough. And you get drunk by yourself, Kurt Russell. And
I'm going to watch it with you, but...
Yeah, I know. That's not going to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen.
So we got some time. I thought I'd pull out another one. Remember those cards I was pulling out? Those situations or scenario cards?
Yeah, you were telling me about these the other day.
Well, we did them.
This is what came the other day from Amazon?
No. This is the ones we've done.
No, this is the third time we're doing this, Bob.
This is the ones, these big ones here. These are the ones we've been doing lately. The scenarios. That green yellow box I had yesterday. Okay. Bob's showing me unpacking some stuff. Yeah, I put that to the side.
Oh, okay, because I thought those
were
that had math involved.
Same size.
Berry beret.
So here's the situation. I don't know really what this one is 100%.
Right.
I just kind of pulled it out. I didn't read the whole thing yet. You are kidnapped by a
A dinosaur?
Yes. A dino.
A velociraptor?
Cybersaur. You are kidnapped by a diabolical but completely honest madman. He locks you in an empty attic where the temperature is 100 degrees. Your feet and hands are tied together. There is no food or water. After 24 excruciating hours, the madman opens the attic door and enters with 3 glasses of ice water on a serving tray. He takes an eyedropper and squirts a colorless, odorless liquid into one of the glasses. This is poison, he tells you, and then blindfolds you. When he removes the blindfold 30 seconds later, there is a drinking straw in each of the water glasses, but you have no idea which glass contains the poison. Feel free to have a refreshing sip of water, he says. Of course, if you select the glass that contains the poison, you will be dead within 90 minutes. And just so you know, I promise to release you from the attic in 48 hours. And then laughs and leaves you in the attic. What do? Do you gamble and drink, or do you try to wait out the madman?
I try and wait him out.
Yeah, me too.
Just to be sure, I knock over the glasses.
It's 100 degrees. You've been up there already for about a day. It's like if you can wait out another 48 hours, right?
I 100% agree with Bob.
Yeah.
Because you can go longer than that without water. It's going to suck like hell. But
I'll just try to sleep.
Yeah, you can get through that.
I think we all have enough of a reserve tank on us.
I'm overweight.
Somebody, I wasn't going to put it in those terms, but somebody really lean.
Yeah.
The only one catch
might dry out faster.
Palmer may not live through this.
The only thing is this. The fact that he's a madman, he may not release you in 48 hours.
Well, that's true.
But we're not going by that. We're going by what's written on the card.
Fair enough. But
so I would wait it out.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, this was a basic, simple one. I think I would just do the same thing.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you got to knock over the glasses.
Yeah.
because the next 24 hours is going to be worse than the first.
Palmer says he saw that coming. That I was going to take a dig at him. Probably as soon as I said thin or lean, he's like, "Oh, here I go. Here we go now." All right.
Well, you saying he wouldn't last another 24? He'd be beef jerky?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, he's so lean. I mean, we're built like camels. We have a reserve pack. You know what I mean? Some.
Yeah, we got some fat to cook away.
Yeah, some dehydration has to go on to expel us, right? Because what is it? It's a week. How many days without water?
It's like actually, it's only like 3 days without water.
3 days without water. Without food. A week without food, right?
How long have you been up there?
Well, that's the thing. At that point, when he gives you that option, you're up there for 20.
It is an accelerated
100 degrees, and you've been up there for 24 hours already.
Right.
When he gives you the water.
I'd rather risk that than risk drinking the water.
Yeah. Me too.
Cash.
And then I'd ask him for a glass of water, and after that, I'd kick his ass.
Yeah.
Cash.
I'd be like, "Stop playing games, dude.
All right. You got something
Just
else?
touch my butt if you want to touch my butt. Freaking weirdo. Tie me up, bring me up in the attic."
I'd be super pissed at the end of that time, though.
Oh, yeah?
I'll go find him.
Okay.
Bring him down.
Yeah, that might fuel you to stay alive, too.
You might just find a way to throw yourself down the stairs.
I can kick some ass, man.
With your hands tied and stuff like that?
Yep.
I believe it. I'd love to see you hogtied. Just squirt.
I would fucking be pissed off.
Oh, you'd be so mad.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, you'd be so mad. You would just hate me for years. Like, dude, it was a prank. It was a joke. I'll fucking can't fuck you. I'll fucking eat your fucking face. Get me the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not. And then it would be like too scary to go near you.
Yeah.
To cut you loose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You probably have to knock me out.
Probably.
And then
cut you loose.
And cut the bonds.
And then when you get up, there's no one around. You're like, oh,
right.
That's Act 1 of the movie. All right, so it's like Ogre's Revenge from the Revenge of the Nerds.
Act 2 is me throwing a shit fit. Act 3 is revenge.
Well, I just mean like the rest of the movie is you hunting us down one by one.
Yeah, pissed off.
Oh, man. So emails time. When we got something here from a little lovable kid named Wesley Gaskins. He's so lovely, he gets his own theme music. Did you know that?
Yep.
Good. Hey, you gentlemen. What was the last thing you binged watched like all day?
Punisher. Good call. I'm going to say... It's true.
I haven't done a good like all day run, but there's a... shit, I got distracted. What were we fucking talking about? Binges. It wasn't like all day, but the last thing I really hard binge watched was American Horror Story, and now Patriot.
Oh, right, you told
Amazon
me.
Series.
You told me about it.
Yeah, I ate up those 2 seasons on that like so fast. What was the last thing you binged, Bob?
Bill knows what this is.
A little known series.
A little known series called NCIS Los Angeles.
The one that has LL
Cool J and the old Robin with the nipples.
Right. This is
Chris,
not.
What's his name? Chris Donald.
Chris O'Connell.
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell. Right. Something like that.
Something like that. So anyway,
right.
So we're in the 10th season.
Oof.
And it's 24 episodes a season. It's up till the 9th season. That was 23, and we're 8 episodes into the 10th season. So
yeah, it's a lot of hours.
Yeah, I kind of got hooked on what was going on.
Some side story,
the side story kind of things. Watching it at work, but I was getting a little here and a little there because they give them the series out of order. They don't give them just like one.
Oh, right.
Season in a row. They mix up the seasons.
So character backstory flashes you would get would be all out of order, and
right?
You'd be
you would get some storylines because that's why they would work that. You know what I mean? So that those storylines kind of tie together.
Right.
You know, so because those are the bigger stories.
Okay.
I guess that's how it works.
Yeah.
But you're not getting everybody's story. You're getting one side story.
Yeah, you're getting a little bit of this person's background for a while, and then somebody else's for a little while. All right. But that was quite the
Yeah, that was quite
meal.
It took me like 6 weeks to get through the whole thing.
Right. Has anybody in the chat room got something they want to, suggest? Binge suggestions. But,
or what they binge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What was a good binge they had lately? But
I will say that this one was a good show to binge simply because every episode is 42 minutes.
Nice. Right, so it's not a true hour.
It's not a true hour. You can plow through things, and because you're getting those bits, different person storylines, and you're watching everybody's developing at different paces, it's easy to keep going.
Yeah.
And then when you get those cliffhangers that tie from season to season, you just want to keep. That's when you just I got to keep. I got to catch. That means I got to watch the next 3. You know what I mean?
Okay. So James Beham, I guess either recently or suggesting DS9, Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Which is always a classic in the old Star Trek canon.
And it's one of the better series in the Star Trek series, in the Star Trek canon.
And Wesley's saying he's been working through Speechless on Hulu. So I'm not sure which one that is. And Thomas K. has been Glow.
Speechless. Isn't that a movie with Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeve?
I think so.
Because that was the movie you saw Batman and Superman in the same movie.
Finally. And they didn't talk.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
it was become drinking buddies.
I thought it was Speechless. Right. Fair enough. I don't know.
That was the name of the movie.
No, I believe you. I have to take your word for it. But yeah, I guess Speechless might be a series on Hulu. I need to get me some Hulu. I wanted to check out that Castle Rock series.
Oh.
Dude, right now is the time to actually...
They might be doing like a holiday...
Well, they're doing a holiday thing for $1 a month, but I don't know what it exactly includes.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't include the TV thing.
Right. Well, it's an original series for them, so it's just I just want to dip in and dip out, not bad.
So the regular one that's only $8 a month is $1 a month right now. So if you want to sign up, but do it fast because it might just be a Black Friday weekend thing.
Do it fast.
I saw it on Facebook actually.
Well, if any series has Scott Glenn in it,
yeah,
you buy the service.
Yeah, Scott Glenn. Yeah, Matty, I get it.
Stick, man. He was born for stick.
He was born to play an old karate dude, kung fu blind bastard in a army jacket.
Yeah, for some reason, whenever I see him, that's how I see him.
That's it. That's all I see him now. With a big staff, a big wooden staff.
No, he plays every character the same. So
Right.
He's legendary, man. He's awesome.
From Westerns on up, man.
Yeah. The right stuff.
So what are we talking about here now? What's up, Wesley?
What's the next
next email?
That was it, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that was it. We just had the one email. So there's that. But I will say to the kids in the chat room and anybody listening that one of the things I do want to say about...
Scott Glenn?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. About just reaching out to us. I was thinking, no, don't kill me, but I was thinking that we should give a little heads up to the voicemail and ask people for some voicemails for crazy, weird holiday stories. If you've got weird, awkward, terrible holiday stories, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, anything.
Birthday.
Yeah, well, holiday stuff.
Holiday?
So this way on maybe at the end of December there when we try and do some kind of holiday season episode, we got some things we could play. We could play your shitty holiday stories. And so there's a link in the chat room to our SpeakPipe page where you can leave the voicemails, 90-second voicemails. I don't know. Just tell us about the shitty things that happened in your life on a holiday. I don't know. Let's all just get together and commiserate on how great the fucking holidays are. I don't know. Tell me about that time your uncle touched you in the closet. I don't know. Or that time you guys all had to beat him up.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Maybe those two incidents are connected. I don't know. So, that's a thing. Speakpipe.com/Wicked Theory. Go do that. Make yourself feel better.
Be vulnerable.
Yeah. Make it like a confessional.
Yeah, we can open it up to say, we'll help them out. We'll help.
We'll be like the A-Team?
We'll be like the A-Team psychiatrist versions of the A-Team.
Yeah, basically. Like a podcast.
Like we'll talk them through it.
We'll talk you through it.
Yeah. I got some,
okay,
good remedies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, me too.
Yeah.
Good with that. People ask me for advice all the time, and they never do it. But is that them or me, though?
That's you.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of thought maybe. I kind of felt that.
I usually answer my own questions.
That's for sure. I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not always great, but
it is what it is.
Screw it. This whiskey's working.
Whiskey's working.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it. All right, let's wrap it up, kids. If you're sticking around because you're listening live, that's a good thing. We'll be back. We'll do a little after show. We'll fit a little faddle.
Yeah, a little pee break.
But if you're not listening live, you can find us on the Twitters. You can find Jay at
Uncle Jay's thing.
You can find Bob at
on the Twitters at the not exactly. It's
spell it as you like.
At Bob at Bob WTPC. There you go.
Take 6. And then you can find me at wickedtheory.com. You can find Agent Palmer at Agent Palmer on the Twitters. Send all hate mail to theagentpalmer@gmail.com if you have any. Or dick pics.
Does he get any?
No, not well. If he has, it's been a while. Because he's left that open. He left that door open. If you got hate mail, you can send it to theagentpalmer@gmail. Some guys were sending him dick pics at one point.
Go scratch, Palmer.
Oh, boy. That's good stuff. Wrong button. So, stick around if you're listening live.
I'm lit. I'm tuned up.
Oh, shit. Great. Good to know. Good to know.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.